Hey guys, my name is Rebekah Warner and I'm here to guide you through a wall yen practice today. So we're going to be using the wall to assist us. This is really helpful for if you want to help release a tight back or tight hamstrings. It's also a great little bedtime practice, little bedtime routine just to kind of loosen your lower back and prepare you for lying flat on your back. So we're going to begin in a reclined half pigeon. So you're going to have your feet against the wall. I'm going to start sideways just so you can kind of see what I'm talking about here. But generally speaking, your knees are going to be at about a right angle, feet against the wall. If you're more flexible, you're going to scoot your bottom closer, like this, with your knees closer to your chest. And if you're less flexible, you're going to scoot your body further away from that wall, okay? So take a moment to kind of find your spot, because we're going to hang here for a little while. So it might be a little different right to left, but you want to get it to where you're comfortable at least to begin, okay? So pressing your feet into the wall, you're going to lift your hips up and cross your right ankle over the left knee. Now you want to keep that right foot flexed and awake as you gently sit the hips down. Now here's where you're going to make some adjustments. You might feel like, woo, that's way too much. You're going to scoot away from the wall. If you don't feel much at all, I want you to scoot closer to the wall. You can always come out and kind of repeat that same motion. But once you get settled in, you can take your right hand and gently press your right knee towards the wall here. So you should feel a nice, decent stretch on the outside of that right hip. But the lovely thing about it is this is super gentle on your joints. If you have any kneecap issues, sometimes a traditional half pigeon can kind of make that kneecap feel compressed a little bit. So this is a great way to take this posture. It's also a lot easier to dial it down a little bit, right? So if you're just extra tight in that lower back or hamstring or hip or whatever it is, you know, by scooting further and closer to the wall, you can really dial up or down your intensity level here. So once you get situated fully, I want you to bring your arms out to the sides with the palms facing up and then goalpost those arms. Okay, this is just a nice way to add a little external rotation of those shoulders. Take a few breaths in and out. Now traditionally yen postures are held for 3 to 4 minutes. If you want to hold this for a longer period of time, like 3 to 4 minutes, you can certainly hit the pause button and hold it as long as you want. You could really safely hold this pose for 5, 6, 7 minutes, no problem. So if you're watching TV or reading a book, go for it. Or you just want some quiet meditation, close those eyes, take your time, let it feel good. We're going to take 3 more breaths in and out. I want you to focus on taking nice, full, rich breaths. All right, now we're not going to go ahead and switch to the other side. What we're going to do instead is take a spinal twist, walking the feet over to the left. So that right foot is going to actually touch the ground here. The left foot is going to curl up towards your glute. Okay, you're going to kind of tuck that left foot out of the way. Now I want you to tuck your right foot underneath your left knee here, creating a little bit of a bind. Take your left hand on top of the right knee. So that was a lot of body parts. I'm going to kind of repeat that again. Your right foot is underneath your left knee. Right now, the top of my left foot is kind of gently touching the wall. That you can kind of tuck the toes or point them, whatever feels better for you. You want that right knee reaching to the left, and you want that right shoulder kind of grounding down. Gaze out over your right hand. Take a few breaths here. There's several variations of this pose. If this doesn't feel good in your body, you can always bring the right foot out from under that left knee. You can even grab onto the peace fingers to the right big toe and extend the right leg straight, getting a whole nother stretch of that hamstring piriformis. Whatever variation you've chosen, just go ahead and soften your body and take another 5 or 6 breaths, maybe closing the eyes. Especially if you're doing this close to bedtime, I want you to just kind of start letting your mind find a little rest. Letting yourself ground to the earth, to your yoga mat or the carpet or whatever it is you're resting on. Take one more big breath in and let it go. head back to the ceiling, so you're gazing up. And very gently release that bind of your right foot. Walk those feet back up to center. Now before we take that on the other side, we're just going to kind of center the pelvis by taking a couple of rolling bridges. So pressing your feet into the wall, palms alongside the body. Lift the hips up one vertebrae at a time. Take a breath in, and then lower down one vertebrae at a time. Breathe out. Notice how different this bridge feels with your feet against the wall. Take it one more time. Inhale up. And exhale down. All right, we're going to do it one more time, and this time I want you to hold at the top. Inhale, lifting those hips. That's it. Lift, lift, lift. Feeling the engagement of the glutes just a little bit. And then slowly roll down, one vertebrae at a time. Gently hug those knees to your chest, rock side to side. And we'll do that whole series on the other side. So press your feet into the wall, lift the hips up, cross the left ankle over the right knee, and sit the hips down. That's it. Now you might find that your left hip is more or less flexible than the other side, so you might need to adjust. Remember, you're going farther away from the wall for less and closer to the wall for more. Take that left hand into the inside of the left knee, flatten your spine, gaze up at the ceiling. Take a big breath in, and release that breath. On this side, I'm going to ask you to bring your palms together, your thumbs to your third eye, that space between your eyebrows. Now close your eyes and relax the arms so that you feel the weight of the thumbs just gently pressing into that space. Direct your breath in a triangular way. So you're breathing, concentrating in through the right nostril, up to those thumbs. Breathing out through your left nostril. Breathing in through your left nostril. And out through your right. We call this triangular breathing. Nadi Shodhana breath is where we're actually blocking off one nostril and then the other. This is a little bit different. This is an awareness. So keeping those thumbs grounded, that's kind of your center point here. Feel the breath come in through the right nostril, breathing up to those thumbs. Out through the left, back down, good. Inhale through the left nostril up to the thumbs. And up from the third eye, down through the right nostril. So feel that triangular breathing, Pingala. Take one more breath that way. Last time, in through the left nostril, up to the thumbs, and out through the right nostril. All right, release those arms. We're going to take that spinal twist. So tuck the right foot down, and let the left foot find the floor, and then curl underneath that right foot. So we're using the wall to kind of crunch up here. That right hand comes to the top of the left knee. Left shoulder grounding down as you take your gaze over. Now if you took any variation on the other side, maybe straightening that left leg, grabbing on peace fingers to the big toe, or whatever else, other spinal twist you took, you want to do the same thing on this side, so we're working towards that balance. Let the eyes close, soften your breath. Letting yourself settle in here. Take one more full breath in, and a full breath out. Return your gaze to center, back up at the ceiling, uncross the legs, and then we're going to take an inversion pose. Now, You've got the wall here, right? Feet up the wall. It's the most gentle inversion. You can add a block under your hips. Of course, my block's way over there. I gotta go get it. You probably have to do the same. But taking a block under your hips, if you're taking that variation, I want you to look up here at the screen for a minute. I see a lot of students placing the block flat, and then the angle of the block is digging into their back. So I don't want you looking while you're in an inversion, so go ahead and sit up if you're watching me. I'm going to show you what this looks like when you do it in a more comfortable way. See how the corner of the block is in the floor, and the flat part of the block is into my lower back. We don't want it in the spine. We want it on the pelvic girdle, right underneath the flesh of the glutes, okay? So you can take this supported inversion with your feet up against the wall. It just takes, when you put the block under your hips, it takes away most of the effort, but when you do it with your feet against the wall, it's just so incredibly lovely. So scoot yourself a little closer to the wall, lift those hips up, place the block very carefully. Remember, make sure the corner of the block is in the floor, not in your back. It should feel comfortable. Okay, I've noticed I need to get a little closer. I'm not quite there. So my hips are all the way touching the wall. I'm going to lift them up, place that block underneath. So really just take your time getting adjusted here. Now I want you to curl the shoulders underneath your back a little bit with the palms facing up. Finally I'm there. I hope you're there. And we're just going to hang out here for a few moments. No effort required. You can even, remember that tiny bit of effort that's required to keep the feet from sliding left and right. You could place a belt or a loop around the feet to even get rid of that effort. This is one of those poses, guys, that you could hold for 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes. You're going to lose the feeling in your feet if you do a longer hold, but that's okay. Sometimes we get freaked out by stuff like that, but it's actually good for your body. Get that tingly, numb sensation. Don't let that scare you. What you're doing is you're taking all the blood flow from your feet and you're bringing it back to your heart space. So believe it or not, these inversions, they bring blood flow back to the brain as well. They help you think, they provide clarity. They're great for the middle of the day, you know, when you just kind of get stuck and you can't really, you're like, I can't think. Coming upside down, whether you're in a forward fold or in a traditional inversion, just bringing some blood flow to the brain can be really helpful. But a lesser known benefit is that it actually, when you hang upside down like this, you're draining your lymphatic system. And that may be not something you don't really know to care about, but it actually helps strengthen your immune system. So I don't know when you're watching this video. Right now it's flu season and I'm all about strengthening my immune system. I'm drinking my elderberry syrup and hanging out upside down, right? Just doing our part, doing what we can, washing the hands, right? Otherwise, we get as healthy and strong as we can, because inevitably, when we're sick, we will get sick. We want to be able to fight it off. So know that you can just stay here as long as you want. Obviously, you don't need my permission or anyone else's. You can hit that pause button if you want, or we're going to go ahead and start to come down. And for Shavasana, I'm going to actually encourage you to curl onto your right side. So you can stay up near the wall or scoot away from the wall. I'm going to kind of scoot a little bit away so that my feet are grounded at about a right angle and my head's resting on my right arm. Now certainly you could take a traditional Shavasana, but when you lie on your right side like this, your breath naturally shifts over to the left nostril and helps you tap into that left side of the brain that taps into your parasympathetic nervous system, the one that helps you calm down. It's the opposite of your fight or flight response here. So anytime you feel stressed or overwhelmed, coming to lie on your right side can help you tap into that left side of your body, that left side of your brain. Breathing through that left nostril. So I'm going to be quiet here for about a minute or so. As you just allow yourself to slow down, tapping into that rest and relaxation.
feeling super restful and relaxed and you just want to go to sleep from here right on your yoga mat, feel free to hit that pause button and nighty-night. Otherwise, come on with me up to a seated position. Keep your eyes closed.
As you draw your palms together, thumbs to heart center. The light in me sees and honors the identical light in you. Let's take a bow together as we say, Namaste. Hopefully you guys are feeling rested and relaxed and have a wonderful night's sleep. Do notice if you sleep better tonight after practicing that before bed. Thanks for taking this journey with me. I'll see you next time.